Distracted driving is destructive driving. Distracted driving is driving while doing any other activity which takes your attention off the road. Destructive driving is driving that causes great and irreparable damage. There are three main types of distraction: visual, manual, and cognitive. Visual is when you take your eyes off the road. Manual is when you take your hands off the wheel, and cognitive is when you take your mind off your driving. Examples of distracted driving include using a cell phone, eating, using in-vehicle technologies such as navigational systems, drinking, talking to other passengers, adjusting the radio, and text messaging, which is by far the most alarming distraction.
Distracted driving is destructive driving.
It is just an ordinary sunny afternoon. Cassandra's headed to the mall to hang out with some of her friends. During her little commute to the mall, she was running late and her friends were worried about her. They tried sending her a text, but they never got a response back. Now, if Cassandra would have made different choices this sunny afternoon, things would have been much different. There's no need for things to have such a tragic end. You see, the choices that we make can either make or break your life. It only takes one bad decision to ruin your life.
Distracted driving is destructive driving.
So here's the down low. At any given daylight moment across America, approximately 660,000 drivers are using cell phones or manipulating electronic devices while driving. The population of the U.S. is 318.9 million people. Over 2.5 million in the U.S. are involved in road accidents each year. Of these, 1.6 have a cell phone involved. That's 64% of all road accidents in the United States. Over 37,000 people die in automobile crashes in the U.S. every year. About 421,000 people are injured in crashes that involved a driver who was distracted in some way. 10% of drivers aged 15 to 19 who were involved in fatal automobile accidents were reported as distracted at the time of the crashes. In 2014, there were 520 non-occupants killed in distracted-affected crashes. Each year, over 330,000 accidents caused by texting while driving led to severe injuries. This means that over 78% of all distracted drivers are distracted because they had been texting while driving. Just texting and driving is 6 times more likely to get you in an accident than drunk driving. The average time taken away from watching the road is just about 5 seconds. But in that time period, a vehicle traveling at 55 miles an hour will go the length of a football field. Every day, 11 teenagers die because they were texting while driving. 80% of college students text while driving. Drivers who are reading or sending text messages have a slower response time than those who are impaired from alcohol or marijuana. 94% of teenagers understand the consequences of texting and driving, but 35% of them admit using a cell phone anyway. Of all the teenagers ever involved in fatal accidents every year, 21% were using a cell phone at the time of the accident. The reaction time of a teen using a cell phone is the same as that of a 7-year-old who isn't using one. 48% of kids in their younger teenage years have been in a car where the driver was texting. Over 1,600 students in the same age group are killed each year because of crashes involving texters. Teens who text while driving spend 10% of the time outside their lane. Women are more likely than men to reach for their cell phones while driving. 9 Americans are killed every day from motor vehicle accidents involving distracted driving, such as using a cell phone, texting, or eating. 1,000 are injured every day in the United States in crashes linked to distracted driving. The probability of a motor vehicle crash involving a cell phone is 1 in 4. Percentage of teens who say they've been a passenger in a car whose driver used a cell phone in a way that put them in danger? 40%. How much using a cell phone while driving increases the risk of a crash? 4 times. The number of seconds a driver can safely glance away from the road while operating a motor vehicle? 2 seconds. 21 to 24-year-olds are most likely to send a text or email message while driving.